Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the American Tier 8 Premium Heavy Tank, the Patriot T26E5. Now this is a tank that you can currently earn in the Earn Your Flag Earn Up. You have to get like 250 points to score this free premium tank. It's a tank that's pretty much been given away before. They gave away the Patriot and they've given away the T26E5. Now you're seeing the T26E5 in this first replay and then the Patriot in the second one. They're both exactly the same tank, just one has America on it and the other one is just plain, as you're seeing. And it's a pretty damn good heavy tank, but it's just heavium. And that is because it is basically a Pershing, but with more armour. So the upper plate has more armour than a Pershing. The turret has way better armour. It's very, very good at being hulled down. The gun's pretty nice. The hull can get trashed quite easily by tier 9s and tier 8s. But tier 6s and 7s will struggle to pen the upper plate. Unless they hit the lower plate, obviously. But the whole true fact of this tank is very American, and that is get hull down and laugh at your opponents. And then work them over with this absolutely fantastic DPM that the Patriot has. So as you can see, it's got a 4.7 second reload, which is really, really nice. And when you get to that position where you can just start farming, it really starts to rack up damage very, very, very quickly. One of the downsides to the tank was that it had 0.38 accuracy, and back before 6.0, that was just a real problem for it, because even though it had fantastic DPM, it tended to derp shells every now and then, or quite a lot. It's not even every now and then, it was quite a lot at range. Even though it's got really good shell velocity with the APCR, it did like to just miss shots. 6.0 comes along. Not really a problem for the Patriot anymore. It tends to hit most of the shots you're going to fire, unless you're at extreme range. So it does pretty damn decently. And like I say, your reload is filthy. Your aim time's only 1.9 seconds, which is great. That really helps you to get your gun in on target as soon as you see them. And 10 degrees of gun depression will, again, help you with the absolutely fantastic turret armor on this tank. Get hull down and just laugh at your opponents as they bounce off of it. I mean, you've got 1,000 meters a second on the shell velocity of the APCR, which is not the quickest for APCR, but it's still pretty decent shell velocity at 1,000. And yeah, you do have to lead your targets. You just have to be a bit more careful. You can't think it's like APCR that's got 1,400, right? You've got to make sure that you do lead it more like an AP round, or for what you'd think of an AP round anyway. So in terms of a crew on the old Patriot, I do run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Trap Mechanics, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, Off-Road Driving. Off-Road Driving to just help me hit that top speed on this tank so that, well, I can just be more mobile generally and try and get to those sorts of aggressive positions where I can go hull down a little bit easier. All the gun perks, because like I say, this gun is a little bit derpy at times and I want to help it as much as I humanly can. And then in terms of equipment, I run the gun rammer, or the advanced loader, the vertical stabilizers, and the advanced optics. Optics to be able to spot for myself, especially when I'm on a ridge line in a more advanced position, so that I can rack up some assisted damage and basically see the things that will be seeing me to shoot me. And then also, I want the vert stabs because, well, the gun, like I say, is derpy and I want to help it out as much as humanly possible. And the loader because, well, this thing has great DPM, I want to make it even better because that is the pure strength of this tank. So in this first game, we are on this map, which is Rezanai, and we have pushed the castle, and so far we are just going through the enemy team that were over here. We shut down the 777 version 2, which we do need premium to pen, and now we're behind this Conqueror. He is tracked, so we go straight for that back drive wheel just to make sure that he is pinned, and we get rid of the Conqueror. We're up to 2.5k damage with a bit of assistance, and the enemy team currently, well, the scores at the minute are pretty even. The enemy team looks like they're progressing towards our cap, so we're going to go back to the cap and try and hopefully defend it if we can. And from the castle, which is a very important position on Rezanai, we can actually get really good shots down at our base. If we have someone down there that is spotting, it can be such a strong position. And it is a very, very central position that you want to try and fight for, at least, because especially for the northern spawn, it's especially for the northern spawn, really more than the southern. If they do attack your cap like this, you can get, you know, good Overwatch shots. And also, if they take it, they get good shots across your whole AB line, which is not good for you. So you want to kind of try and take this flank if you can. So you can see there was a brass that went in and basically murdered our artillery. We couldn't quite get the shots into him, but we do manage to get another one in that puts him down to 361. We're just looking for the shot into him again, but he's ducking and dodging, dipping and diving into the low ground. And unfortunately, we can't quite hit that shot. By the way, you might have noticed that this replay and the other replay that's going to come along as well is from a little bit ago. Artist 2.0 wasn't quite a thing at that time. So you'll see that with the hit points, and obviously the top right-hand corner still has the XP stuff, not the ribbons. Just a small side note, doesn't really affect anything with the replay. The tank's still exactly the same. Anyway, as you can see, the other Barask goes in. These two guys are in a platoon, by the way, the Barasks, which is going to lead to a bit of a problem for us later on. We are trying to just get a shot into him, and unfortunately, we just should have led that a little bit better. We get spotted and detected there, and it's like, no, I don't want to take that shot. We're at 3k damage so far, and I just want to push that a little bit better. The Barasks are in a little bit of a pesky spot because they could start capping if they want, but at the minute they're not doing that, so I'm figuring they're possibly chasing towards me. This Yag Tiger over here is spotted up, and I thought while the Yag Tiger is spotted, I'll try and get over and get some flanking shots in it to help my team out that are on the other flank. But unfortunately, he gets unspotted, but we do have some nice shots into the side of this VK4502B. So we're just going to start laying into him with this absolutely fantastic DPM. I think we retrack him there, which means that we can try and finish him off, because he will be a nasty tank for my team to face in the front. So the VK4502B is gone. We're trying to pop a shot blind into the Ag Tiger, but unfortunately, I think we probably bounced there. And our team is really in a very bad place. The two heavy tanks are in front of a Yag Tiger, and there's a TD above them. I'm the only supporting fire. But unfortunately, the two Barasks do actually get in the cap. I thought they were going to come for me to try and get me, but that just doesn't happen. I'm the only one that's within range of going to reset the cap. I've got to leave these two heavy tanks to take down these TDs. I mean, realistically, what the heavy tanks should do is go around the back of these hills along the 9 line to go kill them. And stick together, and that way they might have a chance. Me against these two Barasks, well, I have a chance, but I'm basically a two-shot to them, which is very, very awkward. And we'll make awkward work of this. They're nearly capping, though, so I have to get in. I have to get there to spot them and shoot them. Unfortunately, Barasks are very, very hard to spot because they have very, very good camo. So, again, I just have to get in there to spot them and shoot them. 13 seconds left. We get detected. And it's like, where is these pesky little Barasks? We are still charging towards the cap and we can't see them. It's like, there we go. We get the shot into track and break the engine of that other Barask. Resets the cap. And we get another shot in to reset the other Barask. That puts that guy down to a one-shot. But the other Barask being on near full health is a bit of a problem. And at this point, because especially since they're in a platoon and they're going to work together, I'm looking at this going, I am so boned. Like, these two are coming for me. They can easily kill me in 2 shots. And they're going to have 4 of them. They're going to have 4 attempts at it because there's 2 of them. So we're dropping down, looking at it, right, okay, this medium tank is... This is the other problem, right? The Barasks are highly maneuverable. He comes round on our right. We have HE in because we can pen it. We pen it for 335, which damages his ammo rack. He's running around this rock. I'm trying to get there to get a shot, and I'm thinking the other guy's going to come up behind me in a second, and Bob's your uncle, there he is. We managed to shut him down, get rid of that Barask, but unfortunately he got the shell into us just in time, which means his friend in the other Barask is coming round. And, well, that's good night, sweet prince. And unfortunately, he ends up shutting us down. The 2 heavy tanks didn't manage to deal with the TD either, which means we sadly lose that game. Finished with the ace tanker, the high caliber, the top gun, the defender medal, the 1,392 base XP on a loss, 4,700 damage, and 6 kills. A pretty damn good game for the T26E5 in a tier 9 game. very sad times that we lost that game. It just got away from us very, very quickly, and sadly we couldn't claw it back. And being against two Barasks like that was never going to go well, because they have all the power. They have the firepower and the mobility to get at me. We managed to save the cap, but unfortunately in saving the cap that meant I was dead, which the only hope was that the two heavy tanks managed to deal with the TDs, which sadly didn't happen. But let's not think about sad times. We're on to the second replay, and on this replay we are on Cliff. And on Cliff, I'm going to charge straight into this donut area in the middle and try and get hull down and shoot across along where E3 is. We do get spotted and detected. Fortunately enough, shells misses. This CS-53 wasn't quite as lucky. And yeah, this guy's absolutely boned. We get our fuel tanks damaged, which is an instant repair because I'm not getting set on fire here. And unfortunately, we just act a little bit too slowly, and the IKV gets another shot in. But we do get a shot into him in retaliation. And you can see I'm just trying to angle for another shot at him because I thought I might get a shot off before he does. But yeah, a gun elevation let us down, and realistically my driving as well, trying to maneuver for that shot, let me down too. And unfortunately, we don't quite get to finish him off either because the Hellcat managed to get the shot in to shut him down. But we managed to take the position that we want, and that is the position at E3, which we should have good shots at the people that crossed. Likelihood is most have already crossed, but we can get hull down here and start shooting people like this Emil 1, which is in a very good position for us to shoot at. He manages to pull back behind cover, and he's only fired one to my knowledge, so I do have to be careful, because if he's got 3 left, he's going to clip me out. And that is not good for us. So you know what? I'm going to close the distance with him. I'm going to close the distance to him, make it easier for me to get shots in. And as you can see, we get a shot into his upper plate. We get a second one in to shut him down, and there goes that Emil 1. Now the 88's crossing in front of us. We get a nice shot into the 88's side. And this is where the DPM is just so nice on a Patriot, because you just get to shred tanks really quickly. And when you catch people out in that sort of position, they do get trashed very quickly, and it's lovely. That Hellcat 105 managed to get a big shell into us, which is kind of annoying. And we do get one into him in return. This Aguila's trying to take shots at us too, and we're just going to start trying to side scrape out and, yeah, try and make a bit of effectiveness of our armour. We're up to 2.3k damage and 669 assistance. We get detected there before we got unspotted, so I'm thinking, hey, that guy's back in that slot. We don't hit him. In fact, actually, he's moved up into a different position. But he did detect us there. We get a nice shot in to shut down the 88. And the Aguila pokes out once again. It's like, well, Mr. Aguila, I'm just going to pop a shot in. At this kind of range, the Aguila with his, 190 pen might struggle with my upper plate to actually go through. So this, because of the pen drop off on his APCR. So I'm fairly confident with my armour here, unless he starts spamming heat, that I'm going to be able to bounce him, especially if I'm sort of side scraping and using my armour as effectively as I can off this rock. And that's what happens. We're up to 1,700 assistance. Sorry, 1,700 blocks so far. We get another shot into the Gillet, which puts us up to 3.1k damage, 803 assistance. There's only 4 tanks left on the MA team because we've managed to clean up down here. We spot the TD, the SU-130PM, just as we were coming round the corner. Then we spot the Tiger 2. So we're just going to get some shots into this Tiger 2 while being hulled down. I think I was possibly exposing myself a little bit too much there to that guy, so we change up our position, get into this position where they could only see my turret. The Crusader SP gets spotted at the back. We tried to get a shot into him, didn't quite go off. This Tiger 2 is just sitting here, which is nice for us. We get another shot into his side, but now he's realised, okay, I'm kind of screwed here. He pulls back behind cover, which saves him from me. So I just go, you know what? That guy's fine. I can't deal with this. And I'm looking at this going, can I survive this? Maybe. Well, let's try it. Yeah, no, we're fine. My driving's never got me killed. We managed to survive, and thankfully that SU-130PM misses the shot because he could have killed me there. We load HE, which rolls for 350. Lovely stuff. It's always nice when the HE pays off. And we reload in time to not kill the Jagdpanther 2, because just as we do that, the Scorpion drives in the way. Oh, timing! Yeah, we finished with 3 kills, 4.3k damage, 1,300 assistance, the ace tanker, the high caliber, the steel wall, 2010 base XP. A really nice game for the Patriot, a tank that you can earn for free in the Earn Your Flag op. It's a pretty solid heavy tank to earn. Remember to play it more like a medium tank and try and get hull down rather than playing as a brawling heavy. And use the DPM and your turret armor to your advantage. So as always everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.